is I took the main mount off of the lawn tractor, and yeah, I went ahead and went with that. I stayed with the cheesy chain. It seems to be working fine. All I did is welded it onto my main pivot pin there. I can still, like I said, pull this pin here out, and that'll allow me to kick it side to side. And yeah, maybe the tolerance is pretty tight on those. Okay, what I'm working on now is the lifting for the blade. What I've done so far is I picked up some 1/2-inch round stock and went ahead and drilled in a couple of 1/2-inch holes. What my idea is I'm going to also picked up some 1/4 by 1-inch flat stock. I'm going to drill a hole in the flat stock, thread it in there, go ahead and weld it solid. And yeah, that'll make this piece not removable, but I don't think that's going to fail anytime soon, and if it does, then I'll just take a grinder, cut that off, make a heavier one or whatever. It's a test. Then I'll cut me another piece of this, probably, you know, these are a little taller. I make them a little longer than I think they'll need to be, because you can always cut it off. It's just really hard to add to it. I'll put another one out here, which will be whatever this distance is to where it'll sit just about right in here. Alrighty, hope you guys can see this. This is what I came up with. You'll recognize this as the front piece that mounts onto the tractor. I'd added this little chain because my blade was trying to roll. Well, I just ended up going on with that little chain. What I did is I took some 1/2-inch rod and went directly through my mounting bracket. The only way I could figure to fasten this and make it work is weld it solid. If I ever got to replace it, I'll just have to cut it with a grinder. Okay, and then I ran 2 rods, 1/4 by 1-inch flat stock up. Stayed with my little chain. The reason that's red is because that's where I actually hook it up to the blade. This will go back to the handle on the tractor that I'm starting to work on now. When you pull it back, lifts the blade up. When you go down, there's just a little bit of slack here so that my handle doesn't get affected if this lower chain gets pulled tight. So there's just that little bit of slack, so I don't have to worry about my handle or anything breaking. I've tested it just by having it on the tractor with the blade on, pulling it here, and I believe it's going to work out. What I'm getting ready to start doing now is I already got one piece marked. This is 3/16 by 5-inch. What I'm going to end up doing is I'll cut 2 of these at an angle. Probably cut it off right in there somewhere, and then I'll probably still use a piece of this, you know, maybe only 2-3 inches wide, which will be my mounting plate. And then I'm going to use this chunk of 3/4 inch square tube as my handle. I can't show you how this works with the blade on because I actually have it sitting over here, you know, where the fan's blowing the heat off of the wood stove. Got my first coat of paint on, well, the light's really bad back here, but got my first coat of paint on the blade.